'cause you know I'm all about that bass training. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Bass training is over. It's all over, man. And that is just crazy to me to think about, because it was 7 weeks long, but it seriously has felt like 3 days. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of catalog everything about bass training all into a cute, neat little package for me to look back on and for all of you out there to see what it's like, man. I'm pretty proud of the progress that I've made. So I talked a bit about the launch and my first week of bass training, and in that stage of everything, I was doing pretty well. I had the upward momentum from the launch going, and I was really proud of myself, and I was making a lot of strides at the start, and I knew that that probably wasn't going to continue the whole time, but I definitely tried to keep the upward momentum going. 7 weeks of just a lot of running was kind of intimidating going into it, but like I said, I tried my best to stay on top of it and to kind of keep the good momentum from the launch going. So the first thing that I want to talk about are some of the successes that I had during bass training. For one, I did not miss a single day of bass training. Every single day that was not a rest day, that had some sort of run, core, cross, you name it in the plan, I went out and did it, even when I did not want to.
I'm like really freaking out about my 5-mile hard run right now, and I know I just need to like breathe deep and just do it, but I'm having a really hard time. Like for some reason it's just all mental for me, and like I did it.
I did listen to my body, so there were a couple of days where I didn't quite run the full mileage, or I may have done a little less strength or a little less core than I had initially planned on doing, but I did every single day of bass training. And I know from talking to some of my teammates, they can't say the same thing, and that's totally okay. But I am just extremely proud of myself for committing to it for that 7 weeks and just going, basically. Go, go, go. And it definitely took a lot out of me.
I'm just so tired. I'm not dealing with this, with the change in temperature well at all. Running outside wears me out, man.
Another success that I had during bass training was that my fast mile when I started bass training is now my slow mile.
It is week 4, day 1, and I'm finishing up a 3-mile easy run. And I'm like kind of proud of how fast I'm getting. Like my easy runs, I'm running way like about where I was running my hard runs now, and I'm really proud of myself.
So, I mean, obviously I can slow down if I want to, but if I'm not paying attention to the speed that I'm going to, and it's like an easy run in the training plan, it is now what used to be my fast mile, like when I first started training for 5K runs, like when I was like pushing myself, and now just my natural easy pace has become my old fast pace, which means that my new fast mile is roughly 3.5 minutes faster than when I started bass training, which blows my mind. That is crazy to me. I cannot believe that in 7 weeks I was able to cut, give or take, the run or the day, but give or take about 3 to 3.5 minutes off of my fast mile. That is ridiculous. I am so proud of myself, and I am not going to share exactly what those numbers are because I don't want anyone out there to get into a comparative game, because I even struggle with that myself. I see other people's paces and I get really I internalize it. I'm like, oh my God, like I thought I was doing great, but I see this person is doing this speed and this time or this distance. And it's not about that. It's about truly discovering your body and the way your body can handle all of the training and the stress and the mileage, and being able to celebrate the victories that you have with yourself and not worrying about what anyone else is doing. That was a big thing that I've had to work on throughout this whole base training experience. Another success of base training was me being able to come out of my comfort zone a little bit and being more open to meeting people on the team and interacting with people on the team. Big groups are kind of tricky for me, but I think that I have taken that in stride, and I know that it's one of my weaknesses, so I'm working towards it in a positive way, and I already feel really, really connected in some of the bigger groups, and I think that's going to continue as like the big group runs start happening on Saturdays. I'll get into more about some of the people a little bit later on in the video, but I did want to mention that as a success. Another success of base training for me was going and getting a professional shoe fit. I usually don't deal with customer service people very well. Even though I work in customer service, so like that's kind of annoying, but I just get I've always tried to figure things out for myself, and so having someone like directly help you was kind of overwhelming and stressful for me. But I am in love with my shoes. They happen to be blue, which was complete coincidence and luck. It was great. It was amazing. And that was out of my comfort zone, and I'm really proud that I did that. I'm really happy. So now I'm going to talk about some of the struggles that I had during base training, because I was talking to one of my friends one time, and he told me, I love that you are not depicting training for a marathon as this like easy peasy lemon squeezy, like I can do this, like, oh, 10-mile run, no problem, this, that, the other thing. It has not been easy in the slightest. I feel like I make it look easy, but that's just me trying my hardest to keep a positive outlook on everything. But there have definitely been struggles. The biggest struggle that I had during base training was if I slept too late and either missed a run with someone else or a group, or lost motivation to run because I slept longer than I had intended.
So I literally feel like the biggest idiot on the planet right now, because I was supposed to get up and run with people at 8, so I had an alarm set so I could like get up and get ready, and it's like a 30-minute drive and all that. So for some reason my alarm didn't go off, and so I got up at 7:45 when everyone was supposed to be running at 8. So I obviously didn't go, and then I was like beating myself up about it, and then I ended up falling back asleep, and now it's 12:30 and I don't even know how I slept for that long, and I'm like being extremely hard on myself because I need to get my run in. But what I might end up doing is just swapping tomorrow with today and just resting today. But like, it's just so frustrating, and like I wish I didn't hold myself to like these like really restrictive like constraints and like being like so hard on myself. I don't know, but I need to learn to celebrate everything that I have accomplished. But for some reason I like just feel seriously upset about missing this morning, and like this always happens on Saturdays.
So I work at Starbucks, so I have to be at work anywhere between 4:45 and 5 a.m. depending on the day. So on the days that I don't have to get up early, which are always Wednesdays and Saturdays, I always plan to do my run, because I am better at running in the morning. I always plan to do my runs at like in the morning, like at 5:30. So I'll set an alarm, but a lot of the times I'm just too tired. I get so little sleep on the days that I am working that the days that I have off, I just am exhausted. But then the more I sleep, I find the harder it is for me to get out and run. And it's all psychological and in my head, and usually as soon as I start the run, I'm fine. But you know, that's been a major struggle. The other struggle, major struggle that I've had during base training is trying to figure out how to fuel my body properly.
I all of a sudden, like, just could not hold my head up anymore. Like, it was like my head felt like it weighed like 1,000 pounds. And then I like looked at myself in the mirror and I lost all of the color in my face. And it turns out that I'm not eating enough potassium.
I've had a very extensive unhealthy relationship with food and the psychology of food and everything that has to do with food. And so I made a couple of discoveries about my physical health directly having to do with what I eat.
It's just not gonna work out well. I feel like garbage right now, and I'm forcing myself to turn around and go back home, even though I have a hard time doing that because I am going to faint if I keep trying to run like that.
That, you know, I need to properly fuel myself, and I can't go several hours without eating and then try to go for a run the next day. I will just end up lightheaded and it won't be good for me. That's the plan, is to just, you know, adjust and start making healthier decisions, making sure I'm eating enough, like doing my research, because you know how I love my research. I'm talking to my doctor, who actually happens to be a marathon runner, which is really, really awesome, because most people's doctors, like primary care physicians, will tell them not to run like more than 30 minutes. And she actually is a like 3 or 4 time Boston qualifier, so she knows what she's doing. So I have an appointment with her pretty soon, and I'll be asking her lots of questions about it and just making sure that I'm taking care of my body so that it can perform well as I move forward and the mileages get longer. So those were the 2 major struggles that I had with base training. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, and there were a couple of like internal struggles that I don't really want to get into on this video. That were just like, I was struggling in my personal life, had nothing to do with the base training, but like, because I didn't let it affect my base training, but it definitely did affect me as a person. But I'm not going to get into that right now. One other thing I want to talk about is fellowship. Throughout base training, there was opportunities for me to meet other people from the team face to face. And one of the nights, like my captain Suzanne, who I've talked about already, I love her, she's the greatest. And 2 other captains, Leanne and Nicole, had like a bowling night, and so a bunch of us got together and went bowling, and that was really fun. I got to meet some people that are like on the team, and then also like under my little team Suzanne Hutt. That has been really comforting, and like knowing that like this truly is a community of people who are invested in your growth and you like want you to grow and be your best version of yourself. I also went to a small group run. Our gigantic group runs obviously start next week, but I was able to go to a smaller group run. When I say small, there was probably like 20 people there. And like getting to know them more, and like going out to breakfast, and like getting out of my comfort zone, out of my headspace, and just talking and interacting with other people who are going through the same journey I am in one way or another. And I just want to thank all of the people that I've met so far on this journey. And I don't know where I would be without you guys so far. And I know that the bond that we share as a team is only going to grow further from here. And I feel really incredibly blessed to know the ones that I have met in person, or to interact with you in any of the chats or the groups. And I am looking forward to getting to meet more people as the season progresses. So the last 2 things that I want to share before I close out the video is the total number of miles I ran during base training, because I added it all up. During this 7-week course of base training, I ran a total of...
Yo, this is future Holly, and I'm in the middle of editing this video, and I'm an idiot and accidentally said the wrong number of miles. The real number of miles I ran during base training was 104.4 miles. Take it away, past Holly.
which is crazy to me. Like, I didn't think I ran that. It didn't seem like that much. And I'm like really proud of myself because like that's a lot of miles. That's a lot of miles. And so I'm really looking forward to when I start doing like updates about like the real training, and like as the mileages get bigger, like seeing how many miles I run then. That's gonna be crazy. Regular training, like the big gun training, starts pretty soon, and I don't really know exactly how often I'll make a video updating everyone on the experience. I was contemplating like every month. I was contemplating just like making like little inserts on my training plan and just like being like, okay, here we go, like this is when I'm gonna do a video. Or also just like when it comes to me, like I don't want it to be, I want this all to be a truly organic experience, and I want the videos to just happen as the experiences happen. And so I think that's what I'm gonna go with for now, and if anything changes, I'll let you guys know. Thank you guys so much for watching my Love Runs 2019 Base Training Super Compilation Recap. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see anything else I've ever done, subscribe to see more. I can't wait to take you guys on this journey with me. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!